Dave, your background. You got your guy Stormzy wearing a crown made of words or letters. I'm not quite sure. Haven't looked that closely at the cover, but he dropped the album. Heavy is the Head. I know that this was an album you were anticipating, looking forward to. How did you feel about Heavy is the Head?
I liked it a lot. I say Stormzy's profile's continued to rise ever since his last album, Gang Signs and Prayer, his debut. And, since that album, he just kind of continues to really rapidly ascend the UK rap scene and music scene in general. He's a pretty young guy, but already, I think, one of their most high-profile artists, capped off, of course, with a Glastonbury headlining set earlier this year, which drew rave reviews for the production value and the performance he gave. And you could tell he just had a rising sense of clout when the lead single several months ago at this point, Vasi Bop, has Idris Elba just cameoing in it, because that's Stormzy. He has that pull now. And he kind of gets to that on this album, I think, in a fun way. But the sound, is kind of cool because it's not like genre blending, but it's kind of multi-genre. He does a lot of the different rap stuff. There's some singing on here. Mm-hmm. He worked with, I think, 9 different producers and 16 different studios. The sound is quite varied, and I think for the most part, he does it pretty well. So I enjoy this a lot.
Yeah, it felt like it kind of came in sections. Like the back half of the album felt a bit more like grimy to me, whereas like that middle part, especially around like 1 Second with Her or Do Better, those feel like just like R&B type songs in general. And the beginning sounded just a little bit more like I don't know if trance or trap is the right word, but just kind of a little more traditional, maybe what you're hearing in like pop rap. Shout out Spotify for inventing pop rap. But yeah, no, I thought this was a fantastic album, and I think that there's a lot to like on here. Not every song hit for me, but most of the features, even with your boy Ed Sheeran on Own It, I was like, decent showing from him. So a lot to like here. What stood out to you most?
Yeah, I mean, Own It, man. That's an obvious play at a radio song, but I mean, Burna Boy, who's just got the Grammy nomination for African Giant, he's super hot right now and doing his thing. And then you have Ed, Stormzy's fellow Englander. I think it's a good collab, actually. And of course, they collab. Stormzy was on Ed's album earlier this year that was Take Me Back to London, where they actually kind of traded bars in a competent way. Sheeran actually acquitted himself pretty well, considering our thoughts on the rest of that album. But yeah, I think that's a cool radio song. Her, I'm hearing Her, and I'm like, man, this is good. I'm really tired of her being everywhere, but this is a good track.
It is good.
And then, like you said, at the end, you have a song like Wiley Flow, where he's basically telling people to stop bragging about charting when they first start charting and stuff. It's pretty funny. Mm-hmm. And again, much more grimy, much more hardcore, because he can really rap with the best of them if he wants to. And well, I think that's not nearly his focus. Again, he likes to mix it up. And a song like Crown, which we put on our Spotify playlist, where he sings the hook, but also raps on the song as well. You just kind of get the versatility right away. So I think it's pretty well balanced.
Crown was a real standout to me on this. I also really liked Handsome. It had a bit of a trap vibe, but then it brings in these like backing vocals near the end that had made it feel like a very like creepy sounding track. And you talk about the versatility on this album. I think it's evident that he's skilled in so many different styles and flows, and definitely a person whose star is only going to be rising. Did you have like maybe one favorite track off this?
I like Rachel's Little Brother a lot, where he has the line about being multi-talented like Donald Glover, and like it's a sick rhyme when he drops it. I'm like, I mean, that's quite the boast, but it sounded good when he said it, so we'll let it go. I like Crown a lot. I think Vasi Bop, it's a little older now, but that song really goes. Wiley Flow. Even from the second track, Audacity, with Heady One. Every time I read that, I think it says Hoodie Allen, but it's good. I was actually thinking, like, he made some news a few weeks ago where Stormzy revealed that he actually turned down a Jay-Z collaboration because he wanted to be just English people on the track and stuff. And I think it kind of just speaks to the profile where Stormzy actually has the pull and the success to be like, actually, thanks, but no thanks. So big fan, but next time for what I'm going for here, you ain't getting it done. It's pretty ballsy, but as he gets to it on this album, he's not a perfect guy, but I think he knows that he's really rising to a really high level, and it's
Yeah.
just cool to see the music actually back that up.